Good morning, all you red-blooded, hard-working American citizens. My name's Nathan Russell. Got some things I want to tell you about. So, I was kind of stuck in the middle of the woods, out at one of my favorite spots, learning how to hunker down my campsite to be able to handle different aspects of our environment. I was out there for about 3 months, going from place to place to place, moving approximately 300 pounds worth of gear. So I'm comfortable. And I heard something. I went back to my truck, changing out all my electrical stuff. I had flashlights that you could plug in, recharge, all kinds of different stuff that I like to have in the woods with me. And I was listening to Rush Limbaugh on the radio. So then I'm hearing his take on it, and I heard this clip. I heard what President Trump did.
Spouses Thursday night.
You guys know what this represents? Tell us, sir. Maybe it's the economy for the storm. What's the storm could be for the economy for the storm?
What storm?
You'll find out.
What's he talking about? The White House insisting President Trump never tips his hand.
We're never going to say in advance what the president's going to do.
So, right at the moment when I heard President Trump say this is the calm before the storm, I had an overwhelming feeling of happiness inside my soul, because I knew. I didn't know what they were going to do. I didn't know when exactly they were going to do it. But the one thing I did know was that they were going to affect every stinking one of us. Now, I felt the pressure because I didn't have my own place. I was migrating, traveling from park and pack to park and pack, doing my thing. So I felt the urgency to start doing things a little bit different. And then guess what? About a year and a half later, they shut down our whole country. These overpaid bureaucrats, overpaid politicians based off of lobbyists, they shut down not just my country, this is your country too. In between that year and a half approximate time, I told everybody that I had what is called intellectual conversations with. When they tell me about their issues, their challenges on a day-to-day basis and how it's rolling out, I could just put a grin on my face, tell all of you people, at the end of the day, they're going to do something. It's going to affect us all. And then maybe you'll realize. Other than that, what the hell? These problems are going to keep on persisting. So, nowadays, I have conversations with Republicans, staunch Trump supporters. And all I can say is Donald Trump told me, because you people don't listen, is Donald Trump come from a family that has a trust fund that he actually controlled up until the last tax regulation that he was president during. Till then, I'm pretty sure he had transferred that off to one of his kids without having to pay as much taxes as you're supposed to. So I had I'm tired of talking to you folks though, Republicans tell me, they're like, oh, well, but Biden shut down the country. And I'm like, do you not know anything about what's called a timeline? I'm not a rocket scientist, but I am not lazy enough to even believe that rhetoric. Biden shut the country down. You insane? This is why I ask you if you're insane, folks. Right here.
Since your administration learned about this virus.
Well, if you remember, I was the one that closed the country down. I was the one that closed. You don't write that, or you don't say it too much, certainly on CNN. But I just read an article yesterday. That by closing the country down so early, very early, we saved tens of thousands and much more than that lives.
That was a lie, folks. They actually, because they closed our country down, they killed tens of thousands of lives in America. There's a saying. It's easier to lie to somebody and they'll believe you than it is to tell them the truth and they believe you. It's real. It's breaking my heart. I don't hate people because they're ignorant of certain things. But if we don't start getting down to the bottom of this, Donald Trump told me he donated to both parties. He used to donate to Republicans and to Democrats before he even decided to get into office. Why? Because he is one of the richest people on the planet. He's one of them. And at the end of the day, they don't give a damn about you. Now you can do some of your own due diligence. Go back over. Review the words that came out of their mouth, because now you have hindsight based off of what's occurring today. And if you want to be on my team, you know, the team that actually wants to do things to make our lives better, then by all means, you're welcome. Come. I don't discriminate against age, race, color, creed, religion. I don't discriminate against anybody as long as they're willing to try to learn. They want to work together, and they want to do things kind of in a different way compared to the way we've been doing them. That's a little bit about me and how I knew that COVID was coming. I didn't know it was COVID. I didn't know when. But I knew based off of that man's words, the calm before the storm, that it's going to affect us all. And I can also tell you that we're just in the eye wall of the storm that came. It's a hurricane. And we're actually in the eye wall where it's kind of calm. You look around like, I know this ain't right, but we got the back end of it getting ready to hit us anytime. Good luck to all, to each their own. If you got something from this, like, share, subscribe. All that stuff's
So,
free.
you